Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. You join me down at the storage yard and today we're going to be talking about 5G and in particular the Falcon technology 5G Evo Mobile Deluxe. This is a 5G router and external antenna, but it can be used without the antenna. We're going to be unboxing it. We're going to be doing a speed test down here at the storage yard, and I've chosen the storage yard in particular because the signal for my O2 SIM is quite weak here, and I want to see if I can get enough megabytes to stream a television. Now, I will also be doing a second speed test to show you what it's like in an O2 friendly area. There's going to be some recommendations regarding SIMs because you can either use a standalone SIM such as a nano SIM or you can use an eSIM with this, but more on that in a minute. Let's go inside and unbox it. Okay, so before we get it out of the box, there's a bit of information on the front I'd like to share. We've got a 5G antenna ready. It covers 360 degrees of antenna coverage. We have an amplified signal. We also have a portable router, which means this can be charged up with its lithium battery, thrown in a backpack, and you can use it without the antenna wherever you wish to do so. It will accept any physical SIM card, including eSIMs, which I'll talk about in a second. There is no mechanical drilling or required tools. And as I just said, it accepts eSIMs. The antenna is IP66 rated for water resistance. So let's get it out of the box. Now, as with all Falcon products, you get a very sturdy case with a carrying handle to protect your investment. This comes on all the deluxe range with Falcon. Opening it up, we have the antenna itself. And as I said before, this covers 360 degrees. The cable is fixed, and on the opposite end we have the connectors that attach to the router itself. We then have a 12-volt plug, which is 1 amp and 3.1 amps. To power and charge your router device, and you can use it for additional things such as mobile phone charging as well. And this fits into your 12-volt socket. Next, we have a suction cup for mounting the antenna to your vehicle. And we also have a magnetic mount should you wish to use an alternative than the suction cup. So let's take a look in here. Now, if you don't have 12 volt, they supply a USB-C to USB-A lead. And also in here, we have a USB-A charging plug, so you can charge the router. Next, we have a comprehensive set of instructions. And we have the router itself, which I'm going to go into more detail in a moment. So I'll just put this on one side. Also in the case, we have 2 sticky adhesive pads and also a metal mounting plate, which is for the actual router itself, which I will explain in a minute. And the final thing is a magnetic mounting plate, and this is so you can mount your router anywhere in your vehicle and you know where it is and you're not going to lose it. And this has an adhesive pad on the back. So let's take a look at the router itself. So the Falcon 5G router is about the size of a mobile phone, and we have an LED screen here. On the side here we have a USB-C, which is for charging, and if I undo this section here, we have the ports for the antenna. On the opposite side we have a SIM card slot, we have the power on and off button, and we have the menu selection buttons. Now to insert the SIM, we open this section here and we can see that we've got our SIM card slot. Now taking the SIM and with the gold side upwards, we're going to insert it like so. Now if you've got fat fingers like me, then you might need to use a little implement just to gently push it in, but don't go mad because you'll break it. And it locks into place like so. Now we can close that up, and with the power button we're going to press and hold till it powers up. Now it does take quite a while to power up, but once it's up and running it's pretty quick. That started quick, that actually. So we'll just leave it for a moment now to run through its configurations. Okay, so it's powered on. It's telling us that we're on an O2 SIM. It'll use any SIM, as I said before. Mine is O2. It's a weak signal here at the storage yard, and I did that deliberately because I wanted to see whether this, with the antenna connected, would give me 5 megabytes download, which is basically enough to stream television from. And I'm going to be speed testing it on my actual laptop, which I'll configure in a moment. But first of all, I'll get the antenna and we'll plug that in. I'll show you how you do that. Now before we actually plug it into the router, I wanted to show you the antenna in a bit more detail. We have a screw thread on the base, and on the back we have another one. And we also have this little nook here, so if it was attached to, say, a screw on a pole, you could fit it that way too. And there is a gap through the top, as you can see there, so you could actually put a zip tie through this and tie it to a pole. Now for purposes of the demonstration and how I will be using it, like I have done with the 4G, I'm just going to screw the suction cup into here like so. So I've got that ready. So let's get the router back and we'll position this outside, and then we'll do a little speed test. Okay, so we're now in a position to fit the antennas. So I'm just going to open this section here, and these are push fit. Okay, they're not screw in, but they do take some pushing in. And once they're in like so, that's it connected. Now when you're removing these, please do not pull with the actual cable itself. Grip behind the brass and pull with that like so. It's very stiff there, like so, because otherwise you'll damage the actual cable. So let me go and set up the antenna now, and we'll see what speeds we can get. So let's try a speed test. Okay, so given the weak signal area where we are at present, 27.8 for our download and 8.01 for our upload, which is more than sufficient to stream TV from. Now, like I say, this is a weak signal area. I am going to test it later on in a high signal area, and I'll show you the difference. But I would highly recommend not O2, get EE, and I'll talk to you more about EE later. So those were the speed tests that I conducted. Yes, the one at the storage yard was quite weak, but it was still exceeded the 5 megabytes per second required for a streaming device. So you would be able to stream TV from here. The second one in a stronger O2 signal area, wow, that was incredible. Not much different than my broadband at home. So let's chat about SIMs. Now, what I like about the 5G router from Falcon is the fact that you can use a physical SIM or you can use an eSIM as well. More about the eSIM in a moment, but with a physical SIM, it will accept almost all UK and European SIM cards, and they're quite easily to install. And they do offer you flexibility because you can have no contract. You can just buy one with, say, 60 gig of data in, as an example, use that up, and then you can either top it up or you can go on to another service provider should you wish to, if there's a better deal. The other thing is you can purchase SIMs in Europe as well and use them, which will reduce or eliminate data roaming costs depending on the service provider you have in the UK as well. Now, with an eSIM, which is the route that I'm going to be going down, and I'm probably going to make a video on how easy it is to install an eSIM inside the Falcon 5G. What I do like about an eSIM is there's no monthly contracts. You can purchase one and it's a set amount of data over a period of time. So there's no fixed contracts. It's very flexible and it's very convenient when you're using it abroad because you can purchase European SIMs, which reduces data roaming to a minimum or non-existent. And then you've got the security on top. You can't physically lose an eSIM, so it's nobody's going to get hold of your data and use it and exploit it. So I like that as well. Now, at this moment in time on Falcon's website, there is an option to purchase a 128 gigabyte SIM from EE. Now, if you do purchase it, Falcon will install it at their base, so it gets shipped already installed. So all you have to do is charge it up, set it up, and you're good to go, which is a really fast and easy, simple way to set up the 5G. Now, if you do purchase this at this moment in time, I do have a code as well, which will give you a free wireless speaker when purchasing the Evo Mobile Deluxe. I'll leave a link in the description below to that. Now, let's have a little chat about the actual device itself, because we've talked enough about the technology side. Let's talk about what it's like. Well, the first thing I like about this is the fact that this is so small. It's very easy. It slips in your pocket like a mobile phone and you can travel around with it should you wish to use it that way. Or you've got the option with the antenna. Now, again, with the antenna, it's a bit like the 4G Deluxe combo. You have the suction cup and you can mount it either on the side here, so it fits on the side of your Caravan, or you can fit it on the base, so you could fit it on a roof as well, which gives a lot more coverage with the 5G signal. Now, the one thing I did notice with this actual device is the antenna connections. They're a little stiff when you first start to use it, so you have to persevere with it. Now, be careful, don't pull them out with the actual cables themselves. Use the brass couplings and you won't damage it then. But they are a little stiff at first, but with constant use that will ease off a little bit and make it easier to use. Well folks, that is my thoughts currently on the 5G Evo Deluxe Mobile from Falcon technology. I intend to continue to use this throughout the rest of the season, and of course at the end of the year I'll let you know how we've got on with it in our product review roundup. Thank you very much to Falcon for allowing us to make this video, and thank you to yourselves for joining us here on the channel. Bye for now.